late part of that cold and gilded century when he went obsessed with that red and bloody hand. I reckon a story doesn't need appeal to the heart. It can also appeal to the spine. I'm in a laboratory. Maybe if I tell it, it will help me. She was a pale and lovely thing, which to an eminent man of science like him made that awful birthmark on that cheek, that crimson hand, almost too awful. But that came later, you see. In those days, we built an empire of light, ripped through into the region of miracle. It was not unusual for love of science to rival love of woman in its depth and absorbing energy. He devoted himself, however, unreservedly to his science, ever to be weaned from it by any second passion. His love for the woman might prove stronger of the two, but could only be by intertwining itself with his love of science and uniting the strength of the latter to his own. He left the laboratory to me, cleared himself of the furnace smoke, washed the stain of acids from his fingers, and persuaded her to become his wife. To explain what we are about to hear, the hand itself must see light. It was a gnarled and singular mark, deeply interwoven with the texture and substance of her face. Against its delicate bloom, it wore a tint of deeper crimson, now vaguely portrayed, now lost, now stealing forth again, and glimmering to and fro with every pulse of emotion. Her admirers, if the mark did not heighten admiration, were content to wish it away, that the world might possess one living specimen of ideal loveliness without the semblance of a flaw. After the marriage, he discovered thus was the case with himself.
Georgiana, has it never occurred to you that the mark upon your cheek might be removed?
Indeed not. To tell you the truth, it has so often been called a charm that I was simple enough to imagine it might be so.
Upon another face, perhaps, but never on yours. No, dearest Georgiana, you came so nearly perfect from the hand of nature that this slightest possible, I hesitate to term it a beauty or defect, shocks me as being the visible mark of earthly imperfection.
My husband? Then why did you take me from my mother's side? You cannot love what shocks you.
Happiest, he invariably and without intending reverted to this one disastrous topic. She soon learned to shudder at his gaze.
Do you remember, my dear Young? Have you any recollection of a dream last night about this odious hand?
None whatever. I might well dream of it. Before I fell asleep, had taken a firm hold of my fancy.
And did you dream of it? A terrible dream. I wonder that you can forget it.
He now slowly remembered his dream like a red thread through this dark and ill-drawn tapestries of the night. He fancied us in the laboratory, trying to cut and wrench out the mark, but the deeper he went, the deeper it sank, until it caught hold of the pale thing's heart.
It is in her heart now. We must have it out. It must be out.
It is in her heart now. We must have it out. Reflect, dear husband, for I would have you recall that dream.
A sad state when sleep cannot confine her spectres. I am sorry. I was a fool, a half-wit, to allow such a trifle to grip my desire. Never more will this fool think of it. It is done.
Aylmer, I know not what may be the cost to both of us to rid me of this fatal birthmark. Perhaps cureless deformity. Or maybe the stain goes as deep as life itself. Do we know that there is a possibility on any terms of unclasping the firm grip of this little hand?
Dearest Georgiana, I have spent much thought upon the subject. I am convinced of the perfect practicability of its removal.
Whatever the remotest possibility, let the attempt be made at whatever risk. While this hateful mark makes me the object of your disgust, life is a burden I would fling down with joy.
Truly, my wife.
All the world bears witness to your wonders. Can you remove this little mark to save your poor wife from wretched madness?
Noblest, dearest, tenderest wife, doubt not my power. You've led me deeper than ever into the heart of science. I shall render this cheek as faultless as its fellow. Even Pygmalion, when his sculptured woman assumed life, felt not greater ecstasy than mine will be.
It is done. And, Aylmer, spare me not. Though you should find the birthmark, take refuge in my heart at last.